China exhausted. When the Qin dynasty collapsed in 206 BCE, it left behind a unified land, but a traumatized people. Roads, laws, writing systems, and administration remained, yet the human cost of Qin rule was immense. Forced labor, harsh punishments, and constant surveillance had drained society of loyalty and trust. China was unified, but it was not stable. The fall of Qin did not feel like liberation. It felt like uncertainty. Rebellions continued, generals turned against one another, and no one knew whether unity itself could survive without terror enforcing it. This was the world into which the Han Dynasty was born, from peasant to emperor. The founder of the Han Dynasty, Liu Bang, was everything Qin Shi Huang was not. He was not an aristocrat. He was not a military genius. He was not obsessed with immortality or absolute control. He was a former peasant and minor official. Liu Bang rose during the chaos following Qin's collapse, not through strict discipline or fear, but through charisma, pragmatism, and an unusual ability to attract capable people. Where Qin rulers ruled from above, Liu Bang listened. Where Qin punished, Liu Bang forgave. When he defeated his rival Xiang Yu and declared himself emperor, taking the name Emperor Gaozu, China entered a new phase of imperial rule, one based not on terror, but compromise. What to keep, what to reject. The Han did not reject Qin entirely. That would have been impossible. Instead, they made a critical decision: keep Qin's systems, but soften Qin's rule. Centralized bureaucracy remained. Standardized laws remained. Imperial authority remained. But punishments were reduced. Forced labor was limited. Local customs were tolerated again. The state no longer sought to crush society. It sought to manage it. This balance between authority and humanity would become the defining feature of Han rule. Morality enters government. One of the most important transformations under the Han was ideological. Where Qin had ruled through legalism alone, the Han adopted Confucianism as the moral foundation of the state. Confucian ideals emphasized virtue, hierarchy, filial piety, education, and moral example. This did not replace law. It restrained it. Officials were now expected not only to enforce rules, but to act as moral guides. The emperor was no longer just a ruler. He was expected to be a moral model for the entire realm. This fusion of legalist structure and Confucian morality became the backbone of Chinese governance for the next 2,000 years. Merit over birth, slowly. Although full imperial examinations developed later, the Han laid their foundations. Officials were increasingly chosen for education and ability, rather than noble birth alone. Scholarship mattered, literacy mattered, knowledge of classical texts mattered. For the first time, social mobility, while limited, became possible through learning. This created a new elite, the scholar official, a class that would dominate Chinese society for centuries. When Han reached its peak, the greatest of all Han rulers was Emperor Wu, Han Wudi. Under his reign, the Han Dynasty reached its territorial, military, and cultural peak. Han armies expanded in all directions, into Central Asia, into Korea, into southern China. The greatest threat came from the Xiongnu, powerful nomadic confederations to the north. Emperor Wu launched massive campaigns against them, transforming the Han into a true military empire. This expansion was costly, but it secured China's borders and prestige. China meets the world one. Of Han China's most enduring achievements was the opening of the Silk Road. Through Central Asia, Chinese silk, lacquer, and iron goods traveled westward. In return came horses, glass, precious metals, and ideas. Buddhism would later travel this same route into China. For the first time, China was not isolated. It became part of a global network, empire beyond the palace. While emperors ruled from palaces, most Han citizens lived as farmers. Agriculture was the backbone of the empire. Taxes were paid in grain and labor. Families lived within strict hierarchies, shaped by Confucian ideals. Yet Han society was not static. Cities grew, trade expanded, technology advanced, paper was invented, iron tools improved farming. Record-keeping became sophisticated. This was a civilization learning how to sustain itself. The cost of stability. Over time, the Han system began to strain. Powerful landowners accumulated wealth, peasants lost land and fell into debt, eunuchs gained influence at court, emperors grew weaker, Confucian ideals remained, but reality drifted away from them. Rebellions began to appear, faith and desperation. In the late 2nd century CE, desperation turned into revolt. The Yellow Turban Rebellion, fueled by religious belief and social suffering, spread rapidly across China. Although the rebellion was crushed, it fatally weakened central authority. Generals gained power. The emperor became a figurehead. The empire began to fracture, an empire too big to hold. By 220 CE, the Han Dynasty formally ended. China fractured into rival states, entering the era of the Three Kingdoms. Yet, unlike Qin, the Han were remembered fondly. They were not feared, they were respected. So much so that even today, the majority ethnic group in China still calls itself Han Chinese. Why the Han endured. The Han Dynasty succeeded where Qin failed because it understood a fundamental truth. Force can build an empire, but only legitimacy can sustain it. By blending authority with morality, structure with humanity, and power with culture, the Han created not just a state, but a civilization. China would fragment again, dynasties would rise and fall, but the Han model would remain.